Hello everyone, welcome to this Corner to Corner Racing post-race interview. We have our updated podium from after the report. We have Randro, who's won his first race of the season. We have Syke, who received a penalty after winning the race on track, who finished P2. He can't join us today. And from penalties from Apatish Hund and Fancaroso, that's jumped Turkey Boy up onto the podium as well for his first podium in the league. So we'll start with you, Turkey Boy. Qualified P5 and finished P3. Can you tell me just about your race and everything that happened during it?
It was a decent qualifying. Get out last when the track was as dry as possibly it could be. Got out, got the lap down P5. It was a good qualifying. Probably could have done better. Race starts, it all went well. It's P4, first corner, safety car, and then went about the race and then got given the penalty, served it, and then it just kind of went my way afterwards.
Very well done. Obviously, you've had a bit of issues in the past with podiums. Obviously, Imola comes to mind. It wasn't long ago that you were racing in Tier 2 at the start of the season, and now you're on top of you're on the third step of a Tier 1 podium. So tell me about your improvement and how you feel to be up here now in Tier 1 and actually really competing with some of the front runners.
It's a very big step up. It's a lot more competitive at the front. From jumping from Tier 2 to Tier 1, it was a big adjustment. I secured the podium there. Could have done better. But it is what it is. It's harsh racing. Things will happen. But it finally came my way. And I'm glad it happened in Spa. Very difficult circuit, so for it to happen there, it's good. Some of the drivers very skilled. So, almost rewarding to see that my hard work's paying off.
Yeah, definitely. Obviously, I think you had an incident which eventually I think resulted in a drive-through, or something happened where I think you were set for possibly even a race win at one stage, and then you ended up dropping back to P5, which I think was the last of the remaining runners. Can you tell me what happened at the end there?
We had a reserve. It was barging me under VSC. I was given a drive-through, couldn't slow down the car in time from being bumped. We were behind the safety car and I could only serve it on lap 21 out of 22, so it just didn't work for me. Came out, I was definitely by far the fastest on track. I was 10 seconds behind, so I was 1.6 by the checkered flag. Had there been one more racing lap, I probably could have stolen the win, but again, it is what it is. Monza's next, so hope I can push for a winner.
Obviously, very well done. And as I said, I'll get onto that. Monza is next. It's a sprint round. Last time there was a sprint round, it was a fantastic race from you, despite only getting P4 in the end. Can you tell me a bit about Monza for yourself and how you feel going into it?
Monza's the home team circuit. You got to always perform for the home crowd. It's notoriously quite good for overtaking, so running the low aero, getting the straight line speed down, getting good overtakes. I reckon it'll be a fun one. We'll probably see someone who we don't expect to get high up.
Yeah, thank you very much, Turkey Boy, and very well done on your first podium.
Thank you.
Okay, so next we move on to Randro 17. It's been a long awaited first win, but he has got it. So obviously Randro qualified P3 and ended up winning the race. Tell me about qualifying, or tell me about your race in general.
Qualify was pretty decent, but I could have done it a little bit better because I made a mistake in the last attempt that cost me maybe the second place. Then we had a start. In the race, I made a lot of mistakes with strategy, but at the end was like a surviving race. And when Tyro was out and I was with Syke, I only thought about the win, and the thing that Syke got a penalty and bring me the win was a very happy moment for me.
Yeah, it's a huge win for you. Obviously, your first of the season, and after a lot of bad luck in Australia, Imola, and Azerbaijan, you have finally stepped on the top step. Be it obviously maybe not on track, but you do get that 25 points in the end. It does close the gap to Psych, and it really will make it interesting going into the final few rounds of the middle part of the season. How do you feel about this championship battle, and is things starting to ramp up a lot?
Yes, this season is very, very competitive. We have like 4 or 5 drivers that can win every race, I think. Start closing the gap here was a key for the rest of the season. And now with a bit more of 30 points gap with Psych, I think that now the things should be easier with the races that are left. So yeah, I will keep pushing this second half of the season to see what happens.
Yeah, and obviously I mentioned the bad luck and everything kind of not going your way at the start of this season. How hard has it been in those races where you haven't scored points, or you've just maybe not scored as much points as you would have liked?
Yeah, in Baku I had a pace to at least get second, but I could also win that race. And yeah, in Imola my game crashed, so yeah, very bad luck there. And yeah, it was one of the most difficult moments in terms of mentality for me to approach. But yeah, I took a rest for those days. I tried to focus only on me and what I could improve. And yeah, that solved a bit of my problems, and yeah, win here was a very special moment to keep going.
Yeah, definitely. Obviously then, final question, Monza's up next. Another track similar to Spa, as it's flat out speed most of the time. Obviously Mercedes are known to be quick here. You've never raced here in this league. How do you feel going into it, especially with it being a sprint round?
Well, I think that is going to be very crazy with turn 1, but I feel very confident on the track. It's not one of my favorites, but it's a track that I enjoy race there. I think we are going to be very close in terms of pace. So yeah, I am practicing for it, and I will try my best to keep closing that gap to Psych.
Yeah, very well done, and congratulations on the first win of the season.
Thanks.
So that is it. We've only had 2 interviews. Psych could not join us, and I don't think he will be for many races at all this season. Maybe might join us at the end of the season awards, but that is it for the post-race interviews for Spa. Stay tuned for Friday night around 8 p.m. BST. It's Tier 2 Monza. It'll be a long one, it'll be a sprint race, and hopefully an enjoyable one. We'll see these 2 guys racing on Saturday night at 8 p.m. BST, also in Monza for the sprint round there in Tier 1, as the championship really starts to hypen up. Thank you very much, and we'll see you then.